Hi, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm here for the Libra Collective, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. Everyone's welcome. Happy 2026. Today is 1-1. And when you add up the numbers of 2026 and reduce it, because that's how it works in numerology generally, you get another one. So I'm going to focus today on the numbers 1-1, which is 11, and then 1-1-1. So let's just talk for a moment here. 11, sign of intuition. Okay, this is about learning to trust your gut feelings. 1-1-1, sign of manifestation. Now, you could find these messages will pertain to any area of your life, friends. This could be career, relationships, money, whatever, all the stuff. When it comes to 1, this is about believing in your own power, the power of 1. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your ability to manifest. We're going to talk about the magician. We're going to talk about justice, our card, right, Libra? We're going to get into lots of stuff here. So, intuition wakes, seeing the higher truth, maybe for some of you. I just saw 1-1-1 on the timer. And funny enough, I actually started this reading and I didn't even plan this at all. I started the reading at 1-1-1, where I am right now. So, it was meant to be. But this is about opening opportunities. New doors are opening. If you haven't checked out your yearly forecast, I encourage you to do so. That posted a little while back, a week or two ago. And I go month by month. Okay, so January looks good for us. There's also a January reading. All right, so this is about a new beginning, divine timing, and overall oneness, as well as your ability to be that magician, right? 1 in tarot. Be that magician. Use all those aces, right? The magician has all 4 aces there. Use them all. And the options, your potential is limitless, as you can see by this the infinity symbol here. We'll also talk about justice, right? This is 11, card 11. It's our card, right? In tarot. So if you've come across this video, even if you're not a Libra, there could be something here if you're connecting to the numerology of 1-1, 1-1-1, even 11-11, I suppose, but I did separate reading on that. So this is about working with the energy of angel number 1-1-1, which is today's date. That's why I'm doing this, right? The number of new beginnings, alignment, conscious creation. So simply stated, 1-1-1 is manifestation. What makes this even more powerful is that this reading holds special meaning for January 1st, 2026, because again, that's 1-1-1. So talk about starting a year with the ability to really make it your own and to really step into your own power, your own authority. This really is a new beginning. This is fertile energy, brimming with potential. You're ready to bring forth your new creations, knowing that you are, in fact, an extension of the universe. This is trusting your creative power, that you're connecting to that infinite source of energy, right? There's the infinity symbol above the magician's head. So keep your intentions pure, your thoughts positive, because you are the master builder here and you're destined for greatness. This is a portal, right? I don't know if other readers are focusing on this, don't really care, but this is a portal because it's a reset, it's a fresh start, it's an invitation to step into a chapter with clarity and with balance. 1, it's all about beginnings, initiative, self-leadership. It's that first spark, right? Again, it's the aces. It's the moment something goes from idea to action. First card out. You have 26, plain. Funny, you're 2026 and you have your first card is 26, plain. So this is about, it says a journey is indicated, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Life becoming more full. And let's put these tarot tokens here on stage where they belong. Some of you belong on stage as the main character, right? The star that you are. Not to be corny. I didn't mean to rhyme. I rhyme a lot and I don't even mean to. And then when I do, I'm like, oh, I rhymed. Anyway, the little things in life, right? Yeah. So individuality, authenticity, honoring who you are, not who you've had to keep, the peace with, not what others expect you to be. It's like not who you had to be, I should say, to keep that peace, right? Snake, card 28. Well, we're at the very end of our snake cycle here, right? We're going from the lunar year of the snake where we shed, that was 2025, which is a 9-year. So that's an ending, snakes outgrowing your circumstances here, whether you like snakes or not. And it actually, interestingly enough, but just when it's 2-8, that's 28. That would be a 1 in numerology. So it's just amazing. It's just all amazing how it all lines up here. Okay. So your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. So be careful. Now we're going to move into the lunar year of the horse. And that is movement. That's you really taking charge. Think chariot, and again, think, magician even. For this reading anyway. What else do we have? Really moving forward. And of course, I'll be doing a reading for that. I think it even falls on an eclipse, the start of the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year. So that's going to be a big day. So for Libra, 1s, very meaningful because we naturally weigh options, right? We've got the scales here. We have the one hand, and on the other hand, we're putting a 1 with 1. And this is reminding us that balance actually includes yourself, your oneness with yourself, and really aligning to that and what it means for you. So when we see 111, like today, for example, everything's amplified of the number 1. All of that energy of 1 is amplified. So when you combine the energies of the magician and then the 1-1, the 11 of the Justice card, this is about intentional action guided by truth. With, again, you center stage. Who's in between those two scales here? You. If you've got 1 on each hand, right? It has to be in alignment with you. It has to be you being true to you, right? Authenticity, as we said. Let's just go right into tarot now. We will use the Cheeky Tarot by Danilo Sonino from Italy here. White Fly Tarot Shop. You can check that out online. All right, so for Libra. So we're not forcing anything. Oh, my. Okay, so bottom of the deck. I saw it, so I have to show you. It's the Magician. Here we are, okay? So we're not forcing anything, but we're taking the aligned step, the first aligned step, even if it's small. We're using those 1s, those aces to our advantage. All right, so Magician, there it is, card 1. Couldn't make that up. That's amazing. Oh, what other one's coming out? We have the 8 of Wands. The energy is moving. Here we go. We have a lot of energy moving. I think a lot of you have been clearing things out, right? Clearing out what's stuck, what's not working. This is about you having the strength to make decisions and connect to your higher purpose, and therefore you open doors. Small steps can build big momentum, right? Little small steps can lead to huge changes. Look at this. You have 1111. Incredible. You have an 11 here with these 2 wands and an 11 here with these 2 wands. So for a lot of you, you're graduating. You're moving on from one phase to another. This is celebration. This is happiness. This is community. Some of you are feeling home, maybe home within yourself, or you're going to feel more connected. Maybe some of you have had sort of this, this instability or family conflicts, lack of support, or really just not feeling a sense of community or belonging. You're coming home. Can't make that up. That's amazing. I mean, incredible. All right. What else do we have? Can you tell I'm excited? I'm like, I sometimes can't believe it, but every time I come to this table, I get surprised. And that's partly why I keep coming back, because it just, every time, like, the connection's real. This is real. Whoa. We have the Knight of Cups. Here you are. You're following your heart. Notice they're on a white horse. It's like intentional, moving forward, even if it's slow. We just received the message, even if it's a small step. All right? Following their heart. Putting it all out there too. Some of you, that's what you do through your creations or just through day to day, We have the Seven of Cups. You have options. You may not feel it yet, and some things are going to be better than others, right? But for some of us, we have to get that message. Like, it's time to get our head out of the clouds here and really take an intentional step forward. Again, one that's aligned to really where we want to be. That's going to help us have that victory. That Four of Wands. I'm going to share little ideas, I think, for rituals too. How to work most or best with this energy. Maybe you can try that over the long weekend here. Some of you have a long weekend. We have the Seven of Wands. We have another 7. Now, 77 has been appearing a lot throughout our readings lately. All right. And so this is your perseverance. And I feel your perseverance and you following your heart, it's leading to more open doors for you with that 7 of Cups. 77 is follow your intuition. And 11 is connected to intuition, right? You have the Knight of Wands. So, you're not getting kings and queens, and that's okay. You've got a magician here with all their aces. Fabulous. But the knights, this is usually, they're the ones who are most excited about their suit. They really kind of bring in that energy of the suit. And maybe they're not queens, kings yet, but they're embracing the journey, the step they're on. They appreciate each step of the way. That's my feeling. I read intuitively. I know the traditional definitions and I do share them, but I also go by how I feel with the cards, with the energy, and with everything, how it all kind of plays out together. So now I'm going to make some more room here for you. I'm actually hearing the name Holly. Could be Molly, but I'm hearing Holly, I believe. Sometimes with the clairaudience, it can be a little muffled, or I'll get the first or the last sound wrong. It kind of fades out, or So anyway, let's see what else we have. So King of Cups. There, now we're king status here. Okay, now we've got it. Now we have it. So with the Knight of Cups, it's like you're not getting swept away by the energies or the emotions of those around you. All right, this is about you becoming aware and knowing what to focus on, because you know that you're the one who's actively creating that next chapter. You're creating your own reality, really. That's what the magician does, right? This is willpower, or creation through willpower, through talent, using your resources, really focusing, not falling for the illusion of the 7 of Cups. These are basically opposites. Something may deserve a second look, Libra. It could be relating to your higher purpose, your divine purpose, if you will. We have divine timing here, okay? So this is about this portal. It's like a gateway opening you up to possibilities that you may not have had before. This is about the universe supporting you and rearranging things, right? That's a lot of with 4 of Wands here. It's dream come true here with a little ladybug there. But it's like things aligning in divine timing, and there is a huge emphasis on divine timing. I get the question a lot. Great, love the reading. When will this happen for me? I mean, I don't have an answer to that, right? It's going to all depend. I mean, this is a general reading. Please only ever take what resonates, right? Always just take what resonates, leave the rest. But so many factors go into when something unfolds for you and what is divine timing for you and your situation, right? And we have to remember too, I want to talk about the aces for a minute because we get a lot of aces in our readings. Let's not be fooled. An ace isn't a guarantee. Think of an ace as an invitation. Just like think of, with the magician here with all their aces on the table and the opportunity, the endless, the potential's limitless, right? Well, here's the thing though. We have to know how to use those tools too. So we're using our resources properly. Let's not take the ability to decide, your own willpower, right? Your own, freedom of will, free will. Let's not take that out of the equation. You're not just a passenger, right? You're the driver of your bus, or of your life here. So you're owning your power. You're honoring your truth. You're allowing the new beginning, something that feels fair, right? Justice, something that feels grounded, authentic to you. So you take what resonates, leave the rest. Trust what is meant for you will meet you in perfect balance, Libra. Okay, so we don't want to enter this new year, by the way, in an energy of fear or of lack. We want to move into 2026 with new, fresh energy. Okay, that's kind of what that Eight of Wands, I feel, is encouraging us to do. Like clean out anything built on fear, anxiety, scarcity mindset. We want to be manifesting from a place of wisdom, of clarity, of self-trust, and trust in the universe. What else do we have? Five of Swords. For some of us, it's a new strategy. We need to come up with a new strategy. Some of us too, it's like we've been letting something push us around, an energy, maybe a dark cloud hanging overhead. Maybe it's finances, maybe it's other people. It could flat out be illusion, confusion, manipulation of some kind, anxiety, fear, all that. Right? That is connecting to the stuff that we need to let go of, right? We need to shed that. That's part of our snake energy there, right? And there we are. We have it. Okay. We have it right here. The Death card. The end, right? Now, I always think when I see the Death card, I think of the white rose that's usually featured in the card. It's usually on the flag here. I don't see it here, but I mentioned, moving forward with intention, integrity, and really, because the white horses, that's like moving on and moving forward with integrity intact and being very clear on what you intend to do. So keeping your intentions true, pure, authentic to you, to your mission. What else do we have? And so you're weighing options. I can feel that. Again, we're not forcing anything. We might be weighing, right, with the scales here. Eight of Pentacles, we're putting in the work. Got the pentacles on the mind here. Pentacles aren't just money. It's any resource, right? All of your resources. What if there's another way? Too, that moon invites us to ask that. What if there's another way? Oh my, look at that. The Star card. Whew. Big card to have. This is hope, promises. Keep that faith, okay? It's about building. It's your connection. It's your healing. It's your clarity. It's connecting to something bigger than yourself. Some of you, again, it's your higher calling. And I want to remind you too, look at this. This, the moon card, there's that path, that golden path there. And while these two are freaked out by what they're seeing, this little lobster's like, I'm going to take that path because I can see a clear way. And they're not seeing it. They're blinded by their fear and anxiety. But, change can be scary. Goodbyes, endings, that can all be sad, scary, full of unknowns, right? But you always have that new day dawning in the Death card. Remember that. A door closes, something bigger, better opens. And there it is. It's almost a guarantee here, the Star card. I mean, that's especially, I'm thinking if it has to do with the Pentacles in some way, any of your resources, your time, your money, your home, your physicality, Yeah, that's what it feels like. Wow. So start the year with a renewed sense of hope. Don't let life toss you around. We have the Three of Wands here. They see where they want to go. They have an opportunity. They still need to come down from that cliff, though. They're going to have to take that chance, right? And I love that this is 3 wands because it's 1, 1, 1. And today is January 1, 2026, 1, 1, 1, 1. Keep those thoughts positive as you manifest. Be prepared to take a small step at least. We have a tower coming in on its side. Some of you may be feeling like, something's got to give. And that's how I feel when the tower comes in on the side like this. It's like you're sensing it's almost like a mandatory change in some way. It's like it's just, something just has to change. It has to. You might be feeling change coming. You might be feeling, upheaval possibly. Like you're not, like, this can go one of two ways. Well, it can actually go many different ways, right? Usually that's how life is. But it's like not fearing that unknown. Sometimes when we don't make those changes, the changes are made for us. We want to be able to stay in a position of control and authority in our own life. So rather than waiting for things to get too bad, it's time we take those reins, right? Of like the horse of the wands here. That's one thing with the death card, like change, endings might be difficult, but look, they're the ones on that horse. They're the ones holding the reins, and you are holding the reins in your life and where you want to go. And I love we have all these horses with this lunar year coming in, the new year next month. And it's a horse, and there's another horse. And that's why I think you're getting a lot of these nights. It's reminding you of movement may be small, but it's still movement. And with the movement comes more momentum. And with the momentum becomes more and more and more. And you get the idea. You build on each other, build and build and build. One step builds on the next, right? It might be slow, but guess what? The Knight of Pentacles, that might be slow, but it's reliable energy. They're going to get to where they're going. They're not going to waste energy either. They're very efficient with where their energy goes, where their attention goes. They keep their focus close, right? They know where they're going. Again, may not be fast, doesn't matter. It's in their own timing. Bottom of the deck. I love this. Look at the horse. This is one of my favorite cards here. I love his expression here, like, ah. And then the horse is like, yeah, it's my guy or gal. Yep, there we are. That's victory and success. So you have another card of victory, another card of success. And you have people, notice the other hands around? You are going to be leaving some people behind. I have a couple of cards that tell me that because I have the Death card here. I have the Five of Swords and now the Six of Wands. Yeah, some people might get their feelings hurt. You might be turning your back. As you move forward, you may be having to take a leap and turn your back on others that, you can't bring with you. You can't you can't bring into your new life or into this new phase, this new stage. Okay. So an idea for a ritual for the magician energy, today or any day really where you feel called. You might want to take one object, one thing from each of the four elements, right? Fire, air, earth, water. Like a stone or a coin even for pentacles, something that represents air. Could be feather, incense, or just your breath. A candle for fire, there's a candle. A bowl of water or something that reminds you of water, just so you're in that energy. And you're going to want to hold your hands over those objects, okay? Or hold them in your mind even, okay? And just say to yourself, if you choose, I consciously create in balance and in alignment, right? Tying that magician into that justice. I consciously create in balance and in alignment. What I choose now supports my highest good. And that's it. You can type it in the comments. You can do it on your own. Any of it. Putting it out there somehow adds that vibration, right? Starts building that momentum for you so that you can be a magnet for what you want to manifest. So when you want to keep these simple, okay? Intention's what matters here. So even if you don't get it perfectly, it doesn't matter. You could even do this with tarot cards. You could pick, one from each suit. You could do all 4 aces. I would say let's do all 4 aces. That would be a really good idea, And then for justice, what you could do, because we're also focusing on that today, you could do like 2 lists, right? What are you carrying that no longer feels fair? And on the one scale or in the one hand. And then what are you ready to welcome in to bring balance, joy, peace, harmony, whatever it is. So when you could say the affirmation for that is, I release what tips the scales against me, right? I release this. I choose balance, truth. I choose self-respect. So there's on the one hand this, on the other hand this. And you could burn that other list, the one that you're letting go of. You could release it in some way, right? So just simple ideas. Again, it's intention over perfection. Doesn't have to be complicated. What else? Ta-da! You're celebrating. You've got, as I said, some of you feeling as though you're going to, you're not home necessarily. You're not feeling maybe like you're fitting in or like things are going really well. You're feeling maybe out of whack, out of sync, out of alignment. Here we are back in alignment, getting back in there. Kind of reminds me of the Empress a little bit, but it's like the Empress energy with a group. So maybe you're creating with a group, or you're feeling, celebratory in some way. Joyful occasion here. There's happiness, there's support. It's a community feeling. It feels good. It's like community and your growth. Maybe you're growing into your community, or together you're growing a community garden. Who knows, right? But it does give me kind of Empress vibes because it's a 3 and there's so much growth here. And there's joy and there's happiness, well, joy, happiness, pretty darn similar, maybe the same even. Now, I do want to take this over to the aces, though, okay? Because, again, we keep getting aces, and we haven't actually had one in this reading, but in thinking about, how we can really work with this energy, because I want to help you become magnets. I want you to help you become good manifestors, of the life you want, attracting the miracles, attracting the changes, attracting the change in energy, right? So, again, when we think about number 1, we're thinking about initiation. It's when something comes into existence. Okay, so when an ace appears, it's beginnings, it's self-directed energy, it's the I am. I am the power, right? I am, the decision maker here. I'm the one it's like that raw personal energy, right? So key traits of 1 energy, you could think leadership, initiative, independence, right? Creation. But aces can stand alone. They don't depend on others, right? They ask you to choose, you to act, and you to claim what's being offered. The magician doesn't matter if they have all these aces here. They have to actually take something. In order to bring this dream into reality, they have to take that first step. They have to choose, right? First comes that choice, the conscious choice, when you're going to create something, when you're going to create anything, a meal, for example, a song, anything. Step 1, it's like you have the thought, right? You have the thought, the idea. Then what? Then you decide. There's all these decisions along the way in the process, right? So the aces are that first pulse of any situation, that first little bit of life, right? Before any complications, before obstacles, it's that first expression. So Ace of Wands, which would be an ace of fire, a 1 of fire, that's the I create. I always call it the ace of inspiration, right? It inspires you to take action. The Ace of Cups would be the feeling, right? I feel I need to do this, or my intuition is telling me this. The Ace of Swords would be I think, I know. The Ace of Pentacles, the Earth, right? I build. Oh, there we go. What do we have? Oh, speaking of which, we have 3 cards here that flipped. It's the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Amazing. So this is when you're about to step into your power. Look at that. This is it. As I was saying, it's like first you have the idea. You're like, okay, something is or not, or is or isn't working, right? You have that. You are motivated in some way to make some sort of changes, maybe based on some sort of analysis you've done, right? Seven of Pentacles here. So it's your third 7. So 777 could really resonate for some of you. So you have the idea. Here we have the alignment and kind of, right? Because it's like, if you can, dream it, you can achieve it, right? Let's be really corny here. But it's always a question too with the Page of Cups, like, is that fish real? Well, just like with the Magician, does it matter? It's like, if you want it to be, it's real, right? In a way, we really determine our own reality in some ways, right? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is somebody who's in alignment. This is somebody who's activated, who's gone through the motions here. They've made a decision. They've chosen a cup. They have their idea here, right? Maybe it's based on feeling, or maybe it's based on their higher knowing in some way, which also would be feeling, sensing, right? And then now look where they are. This is another card in tarot with the Falcon here. That's about your focus, just like the Magician. It's about focus. It's like saying, Libra, anything that comes to mind in your reality, you can make it your reality. You can actually make the decisions, take the steps, take the actions to bring it into reality. You can live in that energy. And that's why we want to be manifesting from a place of abundance. Even if it's not here yet, get in that feeling of living abundantly, of having, of loving, of enjoying. It all starts at home first, right? Within. All starts within. And the Nine of Pentacles, with all those grapes, it's like, make sure you're being cautious, careful, and conscientious, okay, of where you're going to plant your seeds, your aces, right? I look at the aces too as seeds too, right? It's that first seed, that first spark, that first action, right? So you have the potential, you have the alignment, attention, or intention, both actually. And then you've got the conscious manifestation that follows. So when aces show up, they carry the same vibration as 111, as where we are today. That's why I'm talking about it. All right, so let's see what else we have. What you choose now sets everything in motion, okay? And I want to tell you too, some of you are over giving. You're underselling yourself and you're over giving in some way. The Nine of Pentacles, she doesn't do that. She's very generous. Look at the Pentacles, just Pentacles stacked, ready to give. But she also has plenty that she is keeping for herself, right? Yeah. And she has that, she's wearing that red cap. And it just makes me think of like what a brilliant mind she is. She's really thought this through. And even if she doesn't have an IQ of 150, which would be very high, she uses her resources wisely. She invests her energy properly. Right? She enjoys the fruits of the labor. What else? She's not a queen, but boy, she lives like one, right? She knows that if she wants to be a queen, she can be, right? King, queen, doesn't matter. It's tarot, right? Okay, so strength. There it is. There's the other card here with the infinity symbol. And it's not, some situations in life, it's not about, again, that perfection or brute strength, It's about really using what they have to their advantage. right? She has a way with animals. She has a way with people probably too. She just has a certain way. She has a self-respect that she emanates that, right? She is in her power. Male, female, doesn't matter. I'm just saying what I perceive, okay? This is inner strength. The energy matching, like what she's, her inside, like it comes out, it shows, she shines, right? She really shines. All right. She doesn't have to, she knows basically how to get what she wants out of life, right? She knows that, the saying, I'm so bad at these saying, you attract more flies with honey, right? Than vinegar or whatever, I guess. Yeah. So it's kind of, it's, again, you really need to, in a way, it's like we need to know our audience, right? We need to know who our ideal client is, customer is, audience is, with whatever it is you're trying to do. It's good to have a handle on those things. What kind of energies are you working with? And you have to make adjustments accordingly. What else do we have? I hope this is helpful. I thought I would change it up and do something a little different, being that it is a 111 year, or day, I should say. And we have the Page of Wands. And there's that message of inspiration. Maybe this reading's your message of inspiration. That'd be great. But this is excitement, right? This is leadership. It's another card of leadership, even though it's a page. This is taking that action. It's being daring. But sometimes that's what we need to free ourselves. And sometimes when I see the feather, I think of freedom. And then you have the salamanders here on their attire. It's they've been through it. And they've come out on the other side. Maybe that's you. You've really had to go through it, but you're still here. Your strength, with the strength card and the star card, you've gained some resources. You've gained some wisdom here. I think you know how to make something out of the cards you've been dealt. Oh, that was funny, right? I mean, I have like cards. Funny. I didn't mean to have that little pun, but sure, we'll take it. Look at those cards. This is how your year is starting, Libra. You have a year here of major moves. You're moving on, you're moving up. This is growth. It's good fortune. It's a glow up, that star card. And that's actually what your 2026 reading is entitled. All right. 5 of Pentacles. This reminds us, focus on your strengths. We don't want to be highlighting that energy of lack, right? We don't want to be, that's not the energy we want to be in. Okay? Because that, you know why? Because that energy, that can be the thing that really takes off. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to be, rushing into this energy of I don't have, I can't, I'm, I don't have any help. That would be actually, you'd be heading back. Notice that they're one of the cards in tarot that's actually heading the other way, right? Most of these are heading, well, all the other knights. No, actually the Knight of Wands. So yeah, we don't want to be, we need to be smart. Okay. We need to be smart about this. That's what I'm feeling with this is we really need to be very intentional and very clear on our thoughts. Like keep your thoughts clear, keep your energy clear. There's certainly transformation here. I feel that you're definitely freeing yourself. And oh wow, well, I say that, and when we get every single reading now, Libra, we get the Queen of Wands. I think it's been like this basically forever since I've been on YouTube. We always get the Queen of Wands, and I always say it, and it never gets old. Nothing stops the Queen of Wands. That's it. As I'm saying all of these other things about the knights and you're freeing yourself, then we pull the ultimate card, one of the ultimate cards for me anyway, the Queen of Wands. she is somebody who, I don't care. People might say, "Oh, she's selfish. Look at how she dresses. Oh, she's an attention hog, whatever." No, this is someone who's determined, who's passionate, who's self-assured. What's wrong with that? She's creative. She's confident. What's wrong with that? This is someone who's a star. This is someone amazing. This is a very creative energy. This is someone too who loves themselves, and that's okay. That's good. That's a good thing. It's okay to love yourself. It's actually it's better than okay. It's necessary. Some of you, that right there, some of you, there's our Ace of Wands. And I love that it's the Ace of Wands because it's the one that looks most like a one. I mean, the Ace of Swords does too, but to me, this is really like you're holding the one, like, because with the Ace of Swords, I also kind of get the double-edged with the sword. So, but this to me is like a pure, that's like the match, right? That sparks everything. That's it. That's what I was talking about. Like that first action, you're reaching out, you're taking that first action, that first step towards, look at the castle in the background, whatever castle represents for you, the ultimate attainment or achievement, the ultimate goal. Very nice. Very, very nice. So when an ace appears, though, something new is available, but you choose, right? They're choosing. If they have to act, this is like the universe delivering it. So you could receive an ace, a new idea, a new inspiration, an opportunity to create something new, even, on your own or with a group even. And there's the choice. Now you have a choice. Now you have to decide, right? That's what it is. It's stepping forward with intention. You're not waiting for permission. You're stepping forward with intention. This is the Queen of Wands, right? She doesn't need anybody's approval, right? Doesn't care what people think of her or her black cat or her loud clothing or whatever. She turns to her joy. That's why you have sunflowers here. There's a scientific name for it. I forget what it is, but it's, that sunflowers have the ability to turn towards the sun. So she's turning towards her joy. She's turning towards her happiness. And for some of you, maybe you've turned inward. Maybe that's where your joy and your happiness is, and that's fine. Sometimes that's where we need to be. So again, you're weighing options. You're considering, what's going to be most harmonious. How very Libra, right? But the energy of one, it gently reminds you, choose yourself. So 111, not just a beginning, it's conscious creation. And again, it's a reminder that you and what you initiate right now, how you start off this year, what you initiate right now sets the tone for everything that follows. So how do you want to start off the year? Let's see what else we have. Whoa. How about as an emperor? How about start it with an emperor mindset? Now, another thing, so this can remind me sometimes of the magician in a way, because the emperor has has the power and ability of all four kings. Again, male, female, doesn't matter in tarot. So you have all the aces, and now you have all the kings at your reading. That's the energy you're coming into 2026 with, Libra. And the 2020 in the emperor, they're ready to go. They've got the armor on. They're ready to go. They're not afraid to, step on some toes either if they need to. That, metaphorically speaking, of course, not literally. They're in control. You are in control. This is about respect, demanding respect, but not in like a you're going to listen to me role. Not in that, or maybe sometimes they do have to be an authoritarian, right? But they're also in this energy of like, they show you're showing people how to treat you, right? Just like with the Queen of Wands, they respect and love and adore themselves, and therefore others know that, hey, if you're going to be close to this Queen of Wands, she doesn't take, but she knows her worth, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So you know your worth, right? You know your worth. You have respect for yourself. This is strong leadership. And this is strategic planning and being an authority of your own life, not waiting around, right? This is Aries energy. This is the leader, right? Aries, first sign of the zodiac, right? That's the energy you're walking into 2026 with. So if this reading resonates in some way, please do like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, hype the video. All of that helps. If you're interested in a private reading, schoolhouseintuitive.com. When the website's up, I'm taking new bookings. When it's down, I'm not. Right now, everything is booking into at least mid-January. So just be mindful of that if you place an order. So I think let's do another ritual idea, just something simple, okay? Because that's just what I want to do here at the schoolhouse, okay? And hopefully you're up for that. So I think we just write one intention or think it, something you want to step into in 2026. Keep it simple, keep it authentic, keep it true, right? And then now you can do a couple things with this. You could just do, read it 3 times out loud, fold the paper, keep it somewhere close to you, right? It's not about forcing, it's about aligning. So you could do that, or you could try the, it's Nikola Tesla 369 method. Look that up if you haven't already. So you could try something along those lines with whatever it is you want to bring into 2026, right? How can you get yourself really in that energy? So it starts with the intention, right? And then you take the appropriate actions that feel most aligned. All right. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. So you're stepping into the new beginning with clarity, with balance, trusting your ability to create what aligns with your highest good, and releasing what no longer feels fair or true. Choosing integrity, self-respect, peace. All your cards here say that to me. You're moving forward. Maybe try this as an affirmation too. As I move forward, the universe meets me in perfect balance. And so it is. There's a powerful new beginning here for you, Libra. Let's get some divine direction cards. Whoa. Thoughts. And again, be very mindful. I know you hear it a lot probably, but keep your thoughts positive, right? Because thoughts become things. I used to always tell my students, what you think about, you bring about. And they would see that play out in their lives, Yeah, move past your limiting beliefs. Shift your energy to raise your vibrations. For some of you, the universe is giving you a brand new start. Okay, there's something here about balance being restored. There's an emphasis here on justice, on the magician. I was drawn to do this reading because of that. It feels like a lot of you, it's like you've closed out what could feel like a karmic cycle. And now all these doors are opening. Or if it's not a bunch, it's like at least all you need is that one. A lot of you are like, I just need that one opportunity, that one door to open. And it's happening. Okay, this is about stepping into what really feels right, what feels best for you. You have options. Remember that. You have options. The cards of spring and stop came out. But this is about you focusing too much on one thing or one person that you're failing to see there are other great options. It's funny because I was just talking about how you have one, you just need one. But some of us might be looking at this one thing at the exclusion, we're ignoring all these other things around us. This says, stop, the conditions to continue are not safe. Allow the universe to right any imbalance. Oh my gosh, you can't make that up. They're righting any imbalance. That's why sometimes we're trying too hard, right? Strength card. We're trying to force something that's not meant to be. This one thing. Maybe it hasn't happened because there's something better. And then for this, we have what you're asking for will become yours in spring. This is rebirth, spiritual rejuvenation, love, and growth. I mean, your whole 2026 really is about, again, the glow ups, the growth, the good fortune, moving on, moving up. And wow, heart calling. What do you know? So reveal your heart's calling. You have everything you need. And now is the time to follow your heart's desire. Get busy creating. I know I have a lot of creative people here, a lot of talented people. All right, what else do we have? Whoa, rabbit, awareness, sacral chakra, card 17. 17, star card energy. So this is noticing what's happening within and around you. Hidden gifts and opportunities will reveal themselves. Slow down and listen. That is what I have for you. So I hope this reading resonated in some way. I hope it was informative and helpful and inspiring. And okay, wait, I just have to, okay, there's one more on the bottom of the deck. I'm like a cat. I'm too curious sometimes, but I'm so glad I looked because look, you have treasure. One of my favorite cards in this whole deck. An unexpected windfall could soon be yours. You will feel you have it all. It's a very auspicious time. I do want to say there's one thing. Obviously, we wouldn't expect that today's the day. Today for everybody, this is going to happen. So again, the timing's going to be different for a lot of you. I think a lot of us, though, what's been happening, what I've been feeling and picking up on is that the energy shifts. It feels like later February for a lot of people. And it makes sense because I just found out today there's an eclipse on, I think it's February 17th, depending on where you are. And that's also the start of the Lunar New Year. Again, going from snake to horse. And I think there has to be, I haven't looked yet. I don't like to be, I like to be what I call a clean read. When you come to a reading, you know that I haven't been influenced by other things that are out there. And so I haven't looked into the astrology yet. I'm really excited. I want to know what the astrology is for March, because things just feel different. And maybe it has to do with the fact I just now found out, we start our eclipse season early, I think, this year, because it seems like it's February 17th. And then I think we have a total lunar eclipse on March 3rd on 3/3. It's like double Empress energy, right? But yeah, that's that alone is like, wow. I feel like that's when the year really starts for a lot of us, between maybe the 17th of February and that 3rd. Well, the eclipse energy stays with us for a while though, but it feels like maybe the eclipse season is like the kickoff to where a lot of this changes, because I know a lot of people are curious about time, and while I can't predict that exactly, especially in a general reading, it does feel like, I think it makes sense now that I found out today that those eclipses are happening early. That could explain why February, March has felt different to me. Who knows what else is going on? I'll find out, but I don't want to be too influenced. So don't feel like, I don't want comments about it. I kind of want to be, I like to feel it on my own first. And then if the astrology supports it, that's awesome. Love it. But yeah, so don't spoil the surprise. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Take care. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know it was a longer reading, but I don't know. Consider it my gift to you if you enjoyed it anyway. And if you did, you do know how to show support. Thank you so much, friends.